afternoon, everybody. First up on today's afternoon show, we have Jean-Baptiste Bernaz from France, or also known as Gilbert. So how did you get on today, Gilbert?
One race of 14 and 10, I think. I'm not sure, I don't check already.
And how did you find the conditions and the course itself?
It was strong and big waves, lot of current, like in Irish country.
But nice and sunny. So
Yeah, it was like in paradise, hard day in paradise.
champagne sailing.
I'm not sure about the champagne.
So what do you think of Ireland so far and of Dún Laoghaire?
It's a nice place. I've been here in 2004 for the European, but in Belfast. I think Dublin is better place. It's, the people are nice and the condition is nice also. Sunny and windy.
So Gilbert, tell us a little bit about what you've been doing in the last year since the Olympics.
After the Olympics, I live 1 year in Rio with my girlfriend, and I'm training there to prepare the next game. And now I just came back in France last month, and I start training again in laser.
Oh, okay. And what do you think of Rio? Do you think it's a good place to sail, or?
It's a nice place for many things, but also for sail. And yeah, it's sunny, warm, but the water is a bit dirty, but it's okay.
And what about your plans for this winter ahead?
We got the World Championship in Oman first in November, then a bit rest and prepare the next year with the French Week and Palma, all the same regatta.
The usual stuff. And last question, have you tried any Guinness?
Yeah, we've been in the factory in Dublin. It was really nice, funny.
Cool, thanks very much, Gilbert. Next up this afternoon, we have Nick Thompson from Great Britain. So Nick, how did you get on today?
Yeah, I had a really good day. Managed to keep it together and kind of get some good starts, and then pretty much get the first shift right, and it was easy from there. But it was certainly a physical day, and actually a lot easier in terms of the shifts going on. So yeah, it was a good day.
Cool, and are you enjoying all the sunshine?
Yeah, I'm amazed how nice it's been actually. Obviously Ireland's always like this, you know, tropical weather and all. But yeah, no, it's been really nice actually. It's been good wind, which I've been most surprised at. I think looking at the forecast every day, it's looked a little unpromising some days, but actually it's delivered. So yeah, we've been pretty fortunate so far.
Cool. And what do you think of Dublin and Dún Laoghaire so far?
Oh, it's brilliant. You know, every time I've come to Ireland, I've had a right laugh. You know, the people are always fun and very welcoming and very helpful. And certainly, you know, the people on the slipway and everyone on the committee boats and everything, it's been, you know, always having a smile on their face despite some pretty rough conditions. So, you know, I think I've been very, very impressed so far, and hopefully I can come back and race here again.
Great. And what have you been doing in the last year with your sailing and anything else?
Yeah, I've had a bit of an interesting year really. I sort of over the winter decided to have a break from laser sailing and do some other sailing. So I've been very fortunate to get on a few big boat programs, and that's gone pretty well, and I've certainly enjoyed it. And then otherwise it's been sort of off water training, trying to get fit for days like this, which I just think it's been pretty useful today. And then the rest of the time it was getting back into the boat, sort of Palma time, and doing a lot of training with the British guys in Weymouth, which has been really good, and it's great to see they're doing so well here.
And are you going to start sailing your moth this winter?
Yeah, I get a lot of stick for this. So I've had a moth for about a year and I've sailed it twice, but I genuinely have been too busy, and it sounds a bit bad, but actually in the off time I've wanted to do some other things, maybe hang out with my girlfriend and do some things like that instead of go sailing. So, you know, I haven't actually taken it out yet, but hopefully it will do some point.
Cool. And last of all, can you say anything in an Irish accent, or have any Irish phrases that you've learned from being here?
Oh, I have plenty of Irish things to say, but what's the crack? That's quite a good one. Everyone says that quite a lot. 3 turds and a turd.
33 and a third. I can't even say it.
Yeah, I think that's about it.
Cool. Thanks, Nick.
Can I do this?
Next up on the afternoon show, we have my mum, Kathy McAlevey, and her best friend, Maeve McNally. Hello, girls.
Hello. Chuna sa tátu.
Tó my grandma.
I don't speak any Irish.
So, what have you guys been up to this week in terms of the event?
Well, I've been out on the laser standard course, doing flags and tweeting and taking videos of the starts, and it's been great, fantastic racing, great fun, and Maeve's been.
And I've been tweeting, having a lovely time. Trying my best at learning how to do it properly, but I think we're getting there. Hopefully by the end of the week we'll have some nice tweets.
So, Mum and Maeve, tell everybody who doesn't know how you guys became friends and some of your sailing adventures.
Well, we both sailed lasers together years ago, and although Maeve is much younger than I am, and she, when I suppose, after we finished playing in our lasers, we then started sailing 470s, and Maeve sailed with Denise Little, and I sailed with Aisling Byrne, and I got to go with Aisling to the Olympics in Seoul in '88, and Maeve came along as the alternate.
I.e. the chief of Crack.
That's it. That's me.
And tell everybody what you guys did in Seoul when you got into trouble.
Probably we were found out starting a lot of water fights.
Well, we were. Oh, and when we put the plants in the lift, do you remember?
Yes. We thought the lifts needed a little bit of decorating.
We didn't realise they had CCTV cameras, and we said we hadn't seen anybody putting plants, and then they showed us the video of us putting the plants in the lift. It was a bit naughty, wasn't it?
So, tell us as well what you've been doing recently, Mum, with boats.
Oh, I've been building a Shannon One design, which is a 18-foot clinker-built boat, and I've been doing that for the last 2 years, and I sailed it with Claudine last year down the Shannon, and Maeve was the chief race officer on that race as well.
And that was really good fun. I'd recommend anybody to do that race. It's just the best race of all time, sailing down the Shannon. I think it should be an annual event held on the first week in September.
But actually, it just ended up being a pub crawl of the Shannon. It wasn't really any racing at all. We just stopped in every pub and had lots of parties, which is what we tend to do in Ireland. Okay. Anyway, so I think that's enough for today. Thanks very much, Mum and Maeve.
Slán.
Next up, we have Ian Klingon on the afternoon show, who has been a coach of Laser Radio Girls for 9 years.
Since it became an Olympic class and Europe was dropped, the whole period.
So, Ian, how did you find today and the venue in general?
We've been racing gust and shift the whole time, probably extreme gust and shift on most days. We've got current, but it isn't affecting the racing. We've had good wind speeds, good racing. It's almost run to clockwork, give or take yesterday's fog. Delayed us a little, but things have run really smoothly.
Cool. And who are you coaching this week?
I'm working with Singapore. I'm working with the Singapore Radials, long-term thing. Been with them now for 2 years.
And what do you think of the development in the class over all the time you've been coaching? What do you think of the differences between the standard and just even how the girls have all developed over time?
Things are progressing, things are moving forward. A group that was maybe 5 or 8 sailors who were mimicking the guys in technique and more physical is now grown to more like 15, 18. It's a growing thing, it's evolving with time. Everybody's moving forward. My girls are in education at the moment this year. I would describe an education year as us trying to tread water. We're trying to stay where we were because it's quite obvious that a number of other countries are putting good programs together at the beginning of this campaign, and individuals as well as groups are moving forward. So if we can stay where we are and then get more time to train and race, then we can follow that progression.
So full-time training is the best, really.
We've got to compromise our lives with family, education and sailing, but I think that to be at the front end you need to commit 100%.
And who's been your favourite girls to coach? Ian coached me once.
I know, that is a plug. I'm going to be careful, but Claudine, on the occasions I had you were obviously my favourite.
And last question, can you say anything in an Irish accent?
Top of the morning to you.
That was quite good. Cool. Thanks, Ian.